ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। अखण्डं सच्चिदानन्दम् अवाङ्मनसगोचरम्
अखण्डं सच्चिदानन्दम् अवाङ्मनसगोचरम्
आत्मानमखिलाधारम् आश्रये भीष्टसिद्धये
आत्मानम् अखिलाधारम् आश्रये भीष्टसिद्धये
अर्थतोऽप्यद्वयानन्दानतीतद्वैतभानतः
अर्थतोऽप्यद्वयानन्दान् अतीतद्वैतभानतः
गुरुनादाद्यवेदान्तसारं वक्ष्ये यथामति।
गुरुनाराध्य वेदान्त सारं वक्ष्ये यथामति।
अस्य अङ्गानि यम नियम आसन प्राणायाम
आसन प्राणायाम
प्रत्याहार धारणा ध्यान समाधयः
ध्यान समाधयः
तत्र
तत्र
अहिंसा सत्य अस्तेय
अहिंसा सत्य अस्तेय
ब्रह्मचर्य अपरिग्रहाः यमाः
ब्रह्मचर्य
ब्रह्मचर्य अपरिग्रहाः
अपरिग्रहाः यमाः
यमाः
शौच संतोष तपस्वाध्याय
शौच
शौच
सन्तोष
सन्तोष तपस्वाध्याय
तपस्वाध्याय
ईश्वर प्रणिधानानि नियमाः
ईश्वर
स्वरप्रणिधानानि
प्रणिधानानि
नियमाः
नियमाः
we were discussing नियमाः यमाः पंच यमाः इदानीं नियमाः शौच संतोष तपः स्वाध्याय ईश्वर प्रणिधानानि इति पंच नियमाः अपि यमा yama meaning yama is abstaining from something, abstaining from things which are not proper, which are not conducive for one's spiritual growth. That is restraint. Niyama is disciplining one's action, one thinking as part of the sadhana. So niyama iti niyamaha, pratamaha niyamaha, ete pancha niyamaha, pratamaha shaucham. All these are in Dvanda Samasa. Shaucham cha, santoshaha cha, tapaha cha, swadhyayaha cha, Ishvara pranidhanam. Dvanda tatpurushayoho paravattalingam. Ishvara pranidhanam, antima padam, napumsakalinga. Therefore, Shaucha santosha tapaswadhyayeshvara pranidhanani niyamaha. This is another example for subjective complement. Niyamaha pratama bhagavachanam. And all these are in pratama bhagavachanam napumsakalinga. Subjective complement. These are niyamaha. These disciplines are niyamaha. Pratamaha shauchaha. We saw shaucha. We discussed, but now we will see in detail. Shaucha. Shuchirdhatu. Bhuti bhave. Shauchaha. Shauchaha. Shauch is different. Shaucha is different. Do not confuse shauch with ashocyan va shauchastam. That is, shauch is dukkha. Shochanam. Pragyavadamscha bhashase. Gataso na gataso. Chanana shochanti panditaha. That is shauch. This is shuch dhat. Shaucha is a tadita. Taditanta. Shuchehe bhavaha shaucham. Shauchaha. Shaucha is cleanliness. Cleanliness. Shauchaha dvida bhavati. Antara shauchaha. Bhagya shauchaha iti. Antara shaucham. Antara shaucham bhagya shaucham iti dvida bhavati. Bhagya shaucham, referring to the sharira, not only the sharira, the vastra which covers the sharira, that also should be clean. Not only the vastra, even with regard to the ambience, the environment, that also should be clean. All these are bhagya shaucham. Anything outside, bhagya shaucham, has to be kept clean as part of the spiritual sadhana. So therefore it is, bhagya shaucham is not confined only to keeping the shariram or the vastra clean. It is also referring to what one eats. That also important. What one consumes, where one lives, the ambience. All these are important. What one consumes, that is important. That is also important, much important. Shuddha annam, bhaktavyam, not contaminated food. And also with regard to consumption, there are certain regulations. So should not fill the stomach completely. So therefore, there are certain disciplines, dietary habits. Because the food what we consume determines the condition of our mind. In Chandogya Upanishad, it is said that the annam what we consume, it is divided into three bhaga, three parts. The gross annam, the gross annam goes to the grass sharira. In fact, that is for the grass annam taken by the grass sharira, that is gross means taken by the grass sharira. After consuming the grass portion, which is unwanted, is rejected. So the entire grass is not accepted. Grass is, after assimilation, the grass portion is rejected. That madhyamamsha of the annam will be there. That alone is absorbed. And that is converted into mamsa, meda, ityadi, flesh, bone, etc. It converted into different things. And the sukshma part of the annam, that alone nourishes the mind. So therefore, yatha annam, tatha buddhihi. Therefore, annam has a direct impact on the buddhi. So therefore, for the mind to be calm and quiet, annam also plays a role. Not only the mind, the mind is shantaha, the body also shantaha. The body also reflects that the shanti. If mind is agitated, obviously it is reflected in the shariram also. The shariram trembles. So therefore what we consume. That's why in Bhagavad Gita also Bhagavan says, Aharastapi sarvasya trivido bhavati priyaha. Yajnastapas tatadhanam tesham vedam himam shruno iti. With regard to annam also, he says, Ayusatya balarogya sukha priti vivardhanaha rasya snigdha stira hridyaha ahara sattvika priyaha. That annam, which increase longevity, which gives the mental strength, clarity, health, that is loved by sattvika. They are loved by sattvika people. So therefore, the annam, sukshma bhaga of the annam nourishes the mind. So if the mind is quiet, that is reflected in the shariram. The mind is agitated, mind entertains certain passions, that's all reflected in the shariram also. That is why there is ahara niyama. All this comes under bhagya shaucha. And the shauchena, this shauchat, what is the shauchama? What is the benefit? What is the result? That is not said here, but it is said in the Yoga Sutra. Shauchasya palanat स्वीयेषु अंगेषु वैराग्यम उपजायते अन्येकी जनैकी सह संसर्गस्य इच्छापि न भवति शौचात् स्वांग जुगुप्सा परैः असंसर्गः इति सूत्रयोग सूत्र. The person follows shaucha. He will have vairagya for his own sharira. Not only that, he will have vairagya for no desire, vairagya for the others shariram also. He will see the reality of the sharira. So you will have intense vairagya, objectivity, not attachment. This is bhagya. And what about the antara shaucha? Antara shaucha means it is about antakaranam. Bhava shuddhi, we say. Sattva shuddhi. Antakarana shuddhi. Ragadvesha. Nivritti. Tena antakarana shuddhi. For that only in Karma Yoga, etc. is suggested all the sadhana, raga, dvesha, nivrityartham, all the thoughts which are not conducive, negative thoughts which create agitation in the mind and therefore create disturbance. All these are the thoughts which are ashuddha, anger, hatred, jealousy. All these are impure thoughts. Therefore, cleaning them, cleansing. How do you cleanse? By pratipaksha bhavana. It is pratipaksha bhavana. By entertaining thoughts which are opposite to that. Pratipaksha. So, Shocha Palanasya Aparam Palam अपि अस्ति यत् बुद्धिः पवित्रता भवति मनः प्रसन्नं भवति एकाग्रता सञ्जायते इन्द्रियेषु जयः अपि भवति आत्मसाक्षात्कारस्य योग्यता च प्राप्यते योगसूत्र सत्त्वशुद्धि सौमनस्य ऐकाग्र्य इन्द्रियजय आत्मदर्शन योग्यत्वानि च all these are gained by Antarashocham, Bhagyashocham, Antarashocham. So therefore, this Ragadvesha, or this Rajas and Tamas, they are the Mala. When the mind is Sattvika, and there is predominance of Sattva-guna, then we say the mind is calm, quiet, not agitated. When there is Rajas and Tamas, then Kamaha, Krodaha, Kamayeshaha, Krodeshaha, Rajogara Samutpavaha. In fact, when Arjuna asked Bhagavan in Gita, Anichannapi Varshneya Bhaladeva Niyojitaha, Karmani, that is, even though the person doesn't desire, as though propelled by something, he engages in action. He engages in action which are not conducive. Atakkena prayuktvayam papam charati purushaha. Why does a person engage in papam? The reason is kamayeshaha, krodayeshaha, rajoguna samudbhavaha. Rajoguna and of course tamoguna also. When rajoguna is predominant, the mind is restless. It craves for pleasure, enjoyments. Therefore kamaha. When kama is obstructed, then krodaha. When tamas is predominant, there is dullness of the mind. The mind will not have the capacity to understand or grasp. Therefore, again in the Gunatraya Vibaha, the Gita Bhagavan says, Lobha pravritirarambha karvanam ashamaspraha rajasyetani jagyante vivrudhe bharatarshava iti. That is the greed, lobha, then pravritirarambha, restlessness, physical restlessness, undertaking activities, the mental restlessness, longing, all these are due to rajas. All these are due to rajas. So therefore, when tamas is there, when tamas aprakasho pravrittischa pramado mohayevacha tamasyeta jagyante vivrudhe kurunandana iti. When tamas is the dullness, absence of activity, indifference, and more delusion, all these are due to tamas. So therefore, these are not desired for a sadhaka. Then what is desired? It is sattva. When sattva increases, in the Gita Bhagavan says, Yada sattve pravriddhetu pralayam yanti dehavrat tado tama vidam tada uttama vidam loka namaran pratipadyate, becomes free from impurity and he gains highest loka iti. So therefore, sattvika, that is why Antakarnam is also called sattva. Sattvam, sattvikam, it's made of sattva aspect of the elements and it is sattva and it has to be sattva, maintained sattva. Not allowing rajas and tamas to dominate. That alone creates disturbance, and that alone is the reason for ashantihi. Ashantasya kutas sukham. There is sukham for ashanta manaha. So therefore, then how to overcome this? By pratipaksha bhavana, or doing what should be done, karma yoga. So therefore, by pratipaksha bhavana, we can neutralize these impure thoughts that arise in the mind. So deliberately entertaining or maintaining thoughts which are opposite to that which causes agitation in the mind. So by that can be overcome. That is the means. So therefore, and of course, that is why as part of the sadhana chatushtaya sampatti, that values which are equated to jnana, when these values are present, then the knowledge is not far away for that person. That is why in the 13th chapter of the Gita, Bhagavan lists 20 spiritual values. Amanittam, Adambitam, Himsa, Kshanti, Arjavam. What are they? All these are values. When the values are followed, then when these values are followed, when the person becomes the very meaning of these values, then jnanam is not far away for that person, because antakarana should be. These values are compromised because of ajnanam. That is why a person is away from knowledge. So the compromising increases pratibandha for jnanam. Following clears all the pratibandha. Therefore, by sadhana, karma yoga or karma yoga and or upasana, etc. For pratibandha nivritti, one has to work for it. So by that, antara shocham, sattva shuddhihi, antakarana shuddhihi, karma yoga and antakarana shuddhihi. That is what Bhagavan says in the Gita. The result of karma yoga. Without the mind being pure, it is not possible to do vichara, it is not possible to gain God. Impossible. So mind makes all the difference. Manameva manushyanam, anahayeva manushyanam, karanam bandha mokshayoho. Mind alone is the cause. Mind is the sukha hetuhu, mind is the dukkha hetuhu. Mind is the moksha karanam, mind is the bandha hetuhu api. Therefore, antara shocham is important. In fact, more than bhagya shocham, antara shocham, in fact, for a sadhaka, important. It doesn't mean bhagya shocham is not required. Bhagya shocham can be compromised. Antara shocham cannot be. That was shocham. Then santoshaha. Santoshaha meaning contentment. The person is contented. Santoshaha. Edracha labha santushtaha. Dvandvatito vimatsaraha iti. Sampurvakatush. Santoshaha. So santoshaha, contentment. Edricha labha santushtihi. Alabecha avishadaha. Whatever, edricha labha santo, whatever comes by chance of its own accord, the person is happy. And contentment with whatever comes. Edricha, Ishvara Icha. Edricha is Ishvara Icha, not by chance. Nothing in the life is by chance. It's all due to some karana and karya. So Edricha means Ishvara Icha. That's what we take. Edricha is Ishvara Icha. Even so we say Edricha, not by chance. What is chance? Nothing is chance. There is no chance. Everything happens by the order of Ishvara. Not a blade of grass without Ishvara's anugraha moves, we say. So Ishvara Icha. So therefore it is Bhagavan who gives Idricha, Labhaha, whatever it gives. So therefore, an Alabe, even if it is not great, that is also Ishvara Icha. Therefore the person will not grieve. So he will not grieve also. So therefore, Idricha Labhaha, Santushtaha, therefore the person accepts whatever given by Ishvara with satisfaction. That is the buddhi of a karma yogi. That is what the contentment. Here it is talked about, the result of karma given by the Lord, and we accept without any murmur, without any complaining, as it is, edircha and labaha, acceptance, satisfied with whatever is given to us, accepting that. If something good comes, we accept. Something doesn't, something bad comes, that also is accepted without any vishadaha. Alade avishadaha. That is contentment. Santoshat anuttama sukha labhaha bhavati. Yaka yogi santushtaha bhavati tasya nirateshaya sukasya praptiha bhavati. That is the benefit of this value, contentment. Nirateshaya sukasya praptihi. Yoga Sutra, it is said, 2.42. What is the benefit of this, having this santosha? Santosha is trishnayaha abhavaha santosha, absence of greed. So it is defined as absence of greed. Trishnayaha abhava, opposed to. Greed is opposed to contentment. Contentment is opposed to greed. Greed asks for more and more. Lobaha. So, because of lobha, asking for more and more, the person finally comes to destruction. Whereas contentment, in contentment there is acknowledgement of what Ishvara gives. Therefore, there is acknowledgement of the grace of Ishvara, and therefore the person is happy. In fact, contentment, for santosha, we don't need anything to be happy. Whatever we have, it is all Ishvara Anugraha. So, our happiness doesn't depend on anything else. It depends purely on the mind, the tripti, satisfaction. As we saw in the Gita, we have, with regard to any karma, we have adhikara only in doing, not to the results. The result depends on so many factors. Therefore, whatever comes, that we accept graciously as Ishvara Prasada. There is happiness in that. So, therefore, that's why a wise person, Jnani, is happy with himself. A Jnani is happy with himself. His happiness doesn't depend on any external factors. He is happy with himself. As Bhagavan again in the Gita. Prashati yada kaman sarvan partha manogata atmanyeva atmana tushtaha. He is atmanyeva atmana tushtaha. He is happy with himself. It means he doesn't need anything to be happy. The mind is non-demanding. It's a non-demanding mind. The external things give happiness, but his happiness doesn't depend on external things, which are subject to change. Here, agama payinaha, anityaha. So therefore, he knows the contentment which arises due to the external factors are temporary. So that factor, over that factor, we don't have control. But the another factor is there with the mind, that factor over which we have complete control. So if that is taken care, the external things doesn't matter at all. Therefore, there is santosha, contentment. So it's an attitude. It is acknowledgement of the order, Ishvara order. There is Shraddha in the Ishvara order. There is Shraddha in what happens around us, what happens in our life. Therefore, Santosha is a state of mind. It's a welcome state of mind. The person should be Santosha all the time, never grieving, always Santushtaha, always pleasant. Prasanna, Mudita Vadanaha, Prasanna Mukhaha. The Santosha is reflected in the face. That is one Swami Mudita Vadanananda. Vadanam is face. Mudita is Mudadatu, Mudita, happiness. Mudita Vadanam. Vadanam is Mudita. Why? Because there is Ananda in the mind. The mind is always Ananda, revels in Brahma, Brahmananda, Natu Vishyanande. Therefore, always Mudita Vadanananda, Mudita Vadanam. That is the meaning of the word Mudita Vadanananda. Muditam Vadanam. यस्य सः मुदितवदनः मुदितवदनः च असौ आनन्दः मुदितवदनानन्दः. The Ananda is Anantaha because of Atma. Because of the knowledge of Atma is Muditaha Vadana. Mudita Vadanam. Muditam Vadanam. Always. Due to the understanding of the Brahma Tattva, Swarupa of himself. That is why he is always happy. Anandaha iti. So, therefore, it is acknowledgement of the order of Ishvara. So, Santosha is not the a passive acceptance. Santosha doesn't mean the person, should accept whatever it comes without, even if it is not desirable, just accepting passively. That is not the meaning. That's not a negative attitude. It's a positive one. So if the person could act and in the situation and do one's duty, and the result and accepting whatever result comes, that is what contentment is. It is not just the accepting everything. Sometimes mechanically accepting everything because as a value should be followed mechanically. That is not that means. So it is means it is whatever should be done or possible to be done in a given situation, that should be done, and accepting that result as it comes. That is what contentment. Not just being passive to situations. That is not the meaning. In fact, contentment as a value is practiced to accept oneself completely, total acceptance of oneself, because ajnanam is self non-acceptance. So what is ajnanam is not happy with oneself, self non-acceptance, non-acceptance of what I am. Therefore, knowledge removes that self non-acceptance. Self non-acceptance is due to ajnanam. So knowledge removes, and I'm always acceptable. That is made known by knowledge. So that is the end, for which the means is this santosha. Accepting everything, whatever is given. Body is given, mind is given. So accepting as it is, not complaining about anything. Accepting the parentage, accepting all the siblings, accepting the situation without any complaint, because it all has been given. Therefore, not reacting, accepting. That comes out of understanding, not just passively undergoing or mechanically accepting. That is not. So accepting. So in acceptance, in accepting, there is knowledge is involved. There is Ishvara is involved. Acknowledgement of the order is involved. So there is the false notions which are created due to the ajnanam. So which are the cause for the reactions? They are slowly overcome. So as a means, contentment at the end is jnanam, complete acceptance of oneself. So that is santosha. So that's why santoshena, by santosha, nirateshe sukasya praptihi. So there is a clean connection. Nirateshaya sukasya praptihi. Sukha, which is nirateshya. What is nirateshakam? Atmasukam. Atmasukha praptihi. Santosha at the relative level leads to santosha at the total level. That is at the Atma. That's santosha is what is called Ananda at the total level, at the level of Paramartika, at the level of Jnanam. Ananda iti. In spite of being limited, there is santosha, the value, the santosha, contentment is cultivated as a value. And the truth is, aham aparichinnaha purnaha. Therefore, naturally there will be santosha, but that is not just simply santosha, it is ananda. Ananda, which is Swarupananda. That we use the word ananda. So that is the second niyama. Third one, tapas. Tapaha. The word tap itself, dahe, santape. sukha dukkadinam dvandvanam sahanam sahanam sarva dukkhanam iti. So tapaha, austerity. Kayendriya siddhihi ashuddhi kshayat tapasaha. Again, Brahma Sutra. It says, Kaya Indriya Siddhihi Ashuddhi Kshayat Tapasaha. That is a Siddhi. Sharirasya, the benefit of tapas. Kaya Indriya Siddhihi. Sharirasya Siddhi. Anima, Mahima, Ragima, Garima, Prakamyam, Praptihi, Ishittam, Ashittam, all the Ashta Siddhaya Siddhihi. Similarly, Indriyanam Siddhihi Api Bhavati by tapas. Indriya Siddhi is Sukshma Vyavagita Vastu Grahakatvam. Can discern the Sukshma Vasta. One will gain the ability to discern the subtle things. These are the benefits of tapas. Then what is tapas? What is tapas? Tapas is, again, tapas is defined. Tapas is defined as Dvandva, Sitoshna Dvandva, Sahanam. Dvandvanam Sahanam. Putting up with, enduring the pairs of opposites. Dvandva Sahanam. Dvandva Sahanam, the Dvandvas are, they are unavoidable, inevitable. So they will come, keep coming. For putting up with Dvandva. There is a Vakya in the Chandogya Mahanayana Upanishad. Tapaha Nanashanat Param iti. There is one Vakyam in the Mahanayana Upanishad. That Tapo Nanashanat Param iti. Ashana means eating. Na Ashanam na Ashanam. Anashana means non-eating. Non-eating means it is upavasa. So it says there is no greater austerity. There is no greater austerity than not eating. So deliberately following certain disciplines to overcome the desire for things. The indriya which should be controlled is the tongue. So to overcome the desire for the taste, so the person withdraws from eating itself. Na ashanat. Na ashanat sukam. Ashanat param sukam nasti iti. The commentator, the Ramatirtha, he says, Ramatirtha to Vedantasara, abstaining to, this applies to abstaining from even kama, abstaining from kama, that is tapaha iti. So abstinence from the sense pleasure, that is kama. The body and the mind should not be fed with the pleasures, the annam, that is the food. All the indriyas should be deprived of the pleasures which are not conducive for one's spiritual progress. Indriya should not be deprived. It should be deprived of that which is not conducive for one's growth. So following that discipline, that is what is called tapas, is tapaha. Simple definition is dvandva sukha dukkadinam dvandvanam sahanam. So sahanam is the meaning. So tapaha iti. So it doesn't mean it is self-torture. That is why in the Gita also Bhagavan says, Natyash natasta yogosti chaikanta manashnataha. Nachati swapnashilasya jagrato naivacharjuna. So one should not practice in the name of tapas, not eating or not sleeping. Should not engage in anything too much. One who eats too much, for him there is no yoga. And similarly, for one who denies food completely, for him also there is no yoga. Eating too much requires a lot of energy for digestion, therefore the mind will be restless. You will not be able to focus the mind and increase the tamas in the shariram, therefore not eating too much. Similarly, not eating also is a problem. The food is, because shariram has to go, shariram is the dharma sadhanam. Without shariram, what sadhana could be performed? Therefore, food is required to maintain the shariram. Therefore, as much food is required for energy, as much food is required for nourishing the shariram, that much should be consumed with regard to food. Similarly, with regard to sleep also. That's why natyash natastu yogosti. Chaikantam anashtataha. Nachati swapnashilasya. Yoga is not possible for one who sleeps too much or doesn't sleep at all. For both will be a problem. So as much sleep is required for the sharir and the mind should be given. Too much sleep makes a person lethargic, lazy. Too little sleep makes a person weak. He won't be able to do sadhana. Mind will not be fresh. Therefore, moderation with regard to ahara and vihara. Yuktahara, vihara, yuktahara, yuktahara, yuktahara. With regard to ahara, there should be yukta. Vihareyapi. So, as a preparation for dhyanam, the dhyana yoga, 6th chapter, Bhagavan says, yuktahara viharasya, yukta cheshtasya karmasu. With regard to karma, the action also, one should be moderate. Yukta swapnavabodhasya, yogaha bhavati dukkha, dukkham hanti. That will be, yoga will be the remover of sorrow, destroyer of sorrow, for those who follows moderation. Therefore, in the name of tamas, there should not be self-torture. That is the idea. Again, in the Bhagavad Gita, the 17th chapter. So, always we refer to Bhagavad Gita because everything is said in the Bhagavad Gita. It's the 17th chapter, Shraddha-traya, Vibhaga Yoga. The Bhagavan defines what tapas is. Devad Biju Guru Pragya Pujanam Shauchamarjavam Brahmacharyam Ahimsam Cha Shariram Tapa Uchyate. What is the Sharira Tapa? Vangmaya Tapaha. Iti Bhagavan defines. Anudvegakaram Vakyam Satyam Priyitam Chayat Swadhyaya Vyasanam Chaiva Vangmayam Tapa Uchyate. Iti. So in the 17th chapter, tapas has 3 levels. Tapas at the level of the shariram, tapas at the level of vak, speech, tapas at the level of the mind. So the tapas should be practiced at all the 3 levels. At all the 3 levels, it should be practiced. So Devad Bija Guru Pragya Pujanam Shaucham Arjavam. Devad Bija Guru Pragya Pujanam. Worshipping the Deva deities, Brahmanas. Dvija is Brahmana. Similarly, Guru and Prajnaha, Jnaninaha, Jnani. So doing pujanam, puja to them. And Shaucham, cleanliness, Arjavam, straightforwardness. Arjavam is there is clean alignment of what the person thinks and what he does. Therefore, it is discipline. Then Brahmacharya, Ahimsa. All these are the Sharira Tapaha. Sharira Tapa. Tapas at the level of Shariram, body. Then at the level of Vangmaya, at the level of speech, Anudvegakaram Vakyam, the Vakya, the speech should not cause any disturbance, agitation, and it should be Satyam, Priyagitam, should be pleasant, beneficial. And Swadhyaya, in fact, that is one of the Niyama, Swadhyaya, and Abhyasanam, repetition. So all these are Vangmayaha. Vangmayas tapas at the level of speech. The repetition of the scriptures, chanting a mantra, singing, bhajans, all these are tapas. So therefore the speech should not hurt others. So that speech which hurt others should be avoided. That is, therefore, taking to studying the Shastra, chanting, japa, bhajan, etc. All these are tapas. That's why all these are emphasized in our tradition. Then tapas at the level of mind, manasam tapas, manasa tapas, manasam tapaha, manaf prasada somyatvam, maunam atma vinigraha, bhava samshuddhihi ityetat tapaha, manasam uchyate. At the level of mind, it is the manaf prasadaha, cheerfulness of the mind. Yeah, a yogi or a good sadhaka, a sadhaka who is really a uttama sadhaka, can be known by his cheerfulness. The person will be cheerful, cheerfulness in expression, cheerfulness in the mind, and he will maunam atma vinigraha. He has mastery over the mind. There is no pressure in him, and he has got antakarana shuddhi, bhava samshuddhi. So these are manasam tapaha. So therefore, uttama adhikari and adhikari, the person will be happily engaging in the sadhana, and he also will be cheerful all the time. Cheerfulness is one of the spiritual sign, one of the good sign. So he takes care of the means, is not interested, not interested, then the end will take care of itself. So he is happy in doing the sadhana, because when sadhana is practiced, then sadhya will happen in time. Therefore, cheerfully doing what is to be done and not bothered about the end, because the end will take care of itself when the means are paid attention. So therefore, tapaha, satyabhashanam, satpradana vangmaya tapaha, dharma siddhi. There's a text, dharma siddhi. It is in Hindi. There it is said, satyabhashanam, satpradana vangmaya tapaha. Itakara bhashanam, chitpradana vangmaya tapaha. Priyabhashanam, ananda pradana vangmaya tapaha. Rightly the author says, Sat, Chit, Ananda. Anudvega Karabhashanam, Advaita Pradana Vangmaya Tapaha. That is what Bhagavan says, Anudvega Karam Vakyam Satyam Priyam Chahit. In the Gita also. So this is about tapas. Then the next one comes Swadhyaya. The name itself says Swa Adhyaya. Adhyaya Swadhyayaha. Swadhyayo Adhyetavyaha. Swadhyaya means one's branch of Veda. Shaka. Swadhyayo Adhyetavyaha. One should learn one's branch of the Veda. If not one's branch of the Veda, at least the Upanishad, having come to Vedanta, that Upanishad, whichever Veda we belong to, that Upanishad of that Veda, whatever it is, whatever the Upanishad, at least one can learn. For example, Taittiriya Upanishad, if the person is Yajurvedi, so can be chanted, repetition. Swadhyaya is repetition of the Veda is what is called Swadhyaya. The Veda and repeating certain mantras, stotras, Panchakshari, all those, chanting Gita, etc., Rudram, all these will come under Swadhyaya. Japa also comes under repetition. Yajnanam japa yajñosmi. Among all the yajnas, from japaha iti, repetition of the mantra, of a name. That is the best form of yajna. That also comes under Swadhyaya. Swadhyaya means studying the Shastram. Studying the Shastram. So therefore, studying the Shastram, repetition. Studying the Shastram, repeating it. So that creates good samskara. That gets good samskara. Therefore, japa, etc. also. Japa also brings about inner purification, antakarana shuddhi. So therefore, swadhyaya. Vedadina moksha shastranam swadhyayat ishtadevatayaha sakshatkara bhavati. Swadhyayat ishtadevata samprayogaha. Yoga Sutra. A swadhyaya, the person will have the sakshatkara of the ishtadevata. That is the phalam of this swadhyaya. So swadhyaya. So therefore, swa-adhyaya, it's a compound. Swadhyaya is swa-adhyaya. Swa is one's own. Adhyaya is chapter. Adhyaya referring to the Veda. Adipurvaka ingdata. So adhyaya. Adipurvaka ingdata, therefore generally referring to Veda. Because the famous statement, swadhyayaha adhyetavyaha is the, therefore studying one's Veda. But we can extend that to not only the Veda, then we can extend that to Smriti, etc. also. Therefore, Gita, everything comes under chanting of shlokas, stotras. Everything will come under that. And Japa also will come under Swadhyaya. Moksha Shastra, Gita. Gita, Moksha Shastra, it is studied. Also, it can be repeated, just chanted. That is also Swadhyaya only, because it creates good samskara. It gives antakarana shuddhi. When you chant, and if you, of course, if you know the meaning, you will contemplate on the meaning also. Therefore, right, therefore the chanting. Similarly, Japam also. Japam brings about the devotion and commitment to the Devata, Ishta Devata. And Upanishad, etc. also. Those study, it can be repeated. Repeated, while repeating, we can recall the meaning. The mantras, because the mantra reveals Atma, therefore it becomes a sort of nididhyasanam, with dhyanam, with eyes open. According to Yoga Shastra, Swadhyaya means repeating the Omkara. In fact, that is what the Yoga Shastra says Swadhyaya is, according to the commentary, certain commentary, Omkara, repeating Omkara, Omkara Japa, in fact. Tasya Vachakaha Pranavaha, Patanjali says. Tasya Vachakaha Pranavaha, repetition of the Omkara, because Omkara is a name of Lord. Omkara is Shabda Pratika, referring to the Purusha, Ishvara, who is without any limitations, no defects. He is Sarvajnaha, Sarvashaktiman, therefore repeating Omkara. In fact, repetition of the Omkara is Ishvara Pranidhanam, that is the next one, next niyama. So Swadhyaya, in that sense, Swadhyaya and Ishvara Pranidhanam, there is connection, there is not much difference. Swadhyaya is repetition or study of the Shastra. Shastra covers all the Shastra which are conducive for one's moksha. And Ishvara Pranidhanam is meditation. So meditation can be done in the form of japa also. So Ishvara Pranidhanam. Ishvara Pranidhanam is meditation on the Lord, meditation on the Ishvara. So therefore, can be meditated in the form of doing japa, etc. So therefore, japa is also included, Ishvara Pranidhanam. Japa also can be a part of Ishvara Pranidhanam. If Swadhyaya is interpreted as Shastra Adhyayanam, then Ishvara Pranidhanam is meditation on the Lord, repetition of his name. Chanting of Omkara, for example, it becomes a means to gain the knowledge of Ishvara, having understood what Om is, chanting of Om referring to Nirguna Brahma, Ishvara without any attributes. Why Om? Om is Shabda, the sound. And if you see, the Om is a sound which is not qualified, unqualified sound. If you see the sequence of the Bhutani, how the Bhutas are created, starting from Akasha, Akashad Vayu, Vayu Agni, Agneha Paha, Apa Prithvi, then the creation. Now the first one is Akasha. Akashasya gunaha shabdaha, shabdagunakam akashaha. So shabdagunakaha akashaha. So the attribute of space is sound, and space being the first element. Therefore, and the guna of the space is sound. So out of which only all the other elements, bhuta and bhautika has come. Therefore, the entire creation has come from shabda. So shabdam, all are born from shabda. Space is the first element. From space, all the elements have come, and therefore bhutani and bhautikani, that's bhautika prapancha. Therefore, everything has come from the sound. In fact, there is a shloka we chant that before studying Brahma Sutra. Omkaraschata shabdascha dvaveto brahmanah para kantam vidva viniryato tasman mangalika bhubau. Brahmaji, he started the creation uttering Om Atha, these two Manga Shabda. Omkaraschata shabdascha dvau eto brahmanah pura means in that time, pura in ancient time, old, that is when the Srishti was created, that time. Uttering these two words, Kantam Vitra Viniryato, then he is engaged in this Mangala Karya, that is Srishti. So therefore, Omkara is the Shakti to invoke Ishvara. Even if the person doesn't know what Omkara is, but that has some Shakti, the name has Shakti, which was referring to Brahma. And if it is repeated with Bhakti, that leads to the knowledge of Brahma. And if you do Vichara, of course, leads to the knowledge of Brahma. Understanding what Omkara is. That is what in Mandukya it is done. Or even this Omkara, the person stands. Omkara chanting as a japa increases Vairagya. That is why it is suggested for sannyasi. Omkara japa is. Therefore, this Ishvara Pranidhanam, and finally all these things lead to Samadhi. Finally leads to Samadhi. In fact, if the person is committed to Ishvara Pranidhanam, is completely devoted to Ishvara, then it will lead to Samadhi. All other steps can be bypassed. Directly it leads to Samadhi. So therefore, this meditation. In another way also, this Ishvara Pranidhanam is defined as it is defined in the Gita. In Yoga Sutra, it is defined. Ishvara Pranidhanam is Ishvare Sarva Karmanam Palasya Tyagaha, offering all the results unto the Lord. Ishvara is a Paramaguru. So therefore, to him, all the actions are offered. Ishvara Pranidhanam. That is Karma Yoga. The language of Vedanta, it is what is called the Karma Yoga. So Prasada, the Ishvara Arpana Buddhi and Prasada Buddhi. Offering the karma, whatever the karma to be done, in whatever situation the Varna and Ashrama the person is offering unto the Lord. That is what Bhagavan said in the Gita, Mai Sarvani Karmani Sanyasya Adhyatma Chetasa Nirashi Nirmamo Bhutva Yudhyasva Vigata Jvaraha iti. Offering everything unto the Lord. Sarva Dharman Parityajya. Sarva Dharman, Sarva Karman. Dharma is karma. Sarva Dharman, Sarva Karman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. Agamtva Sarva Papebhyaha Moksha Ishyami Ma Shuchaha iti. Similarly, Yat Karoshi Yadashnasi Yajyoshi Dadasi Yat Yat Tapasyasi Gunte Yat Tat Kurusha Madarpanam Madarpanam Ishvara Pranidhanam. The 9th chapter Bhagavan says, which we saw in the Gita Moolam. What Yat Karoshi Yat Ashnasi, whatever you do, whatever action you do, you bring in the awareness of Ishvara. Do it as Ishvara Puja. Whatever may be the karma, even if it is Lokika karma, very down to the core, it is Lokika. Doesn't matter. Whatever you do, Yat Karoshi, Yat Ashnasi, whatever you eat. Even when you cook, you offer that you're cooking, you have to have the bhava that you're cooking for the Lord. You're eating, you're offering that annam to the Ishvara. Yajjuhoshi, whatever ritual you do, offer unto Ishvara. And whatever you give to others, So everything, yat-tapasyasi kaunteya, all this you should do as an offering to the Ishvara. So therefore, tapaha also, tapas, yat-tapasyasi, austerity is not for the sake of austerity, it is for sake of gaining the grace of Ishvara. So offer unto Ishvara. Ishvara will be pleased. So Ishvara will bless with the results, accepting that prasada buddhi. That is what karma yoga. That is what Ishvara pranidhanam. So Ishvara pranidhanam can be defined as it is repetition of the name of the Lord. That is meditation on the Lord, either in the form of repetition of His name or meditating on Omkara, or offering all the karma unto the Lord. That meditation also is a karma, manasan karma, offering unto the Lord. It is done for the sake of the Lord, to gain the Lord. Or any karma, whatever karma we do, that also offering unto the Lord, to the Ishvara. That is Ishvara Pranidhanam. Yetani niyamaha bhavanti. So when these values are cultivated in a person, that person is not far away from the end. So that is the idea, in fact, even behind the spiritual disciplines which are equated to Jnanam in the 13th chapter of the Gita, Manitvam Vittam Ityad. Then the next one after Niyamaha, then comes Asanam. That we will see. Let's see that in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha Harihi Om. Dhanyawad.
धन्यवाद गुरुजी.
धन्यवाद.
धन्यवाद शरण जी.
धन्यवाद.